September 12th, 2014. A quiet cul-de-sac in Kendall. Birds in the trees, warm spring air, nothing unusual. A 3-year-old boy runs across the front yard. He was wearing his favourite superhero outfit, the red and blue suit of Spider-Man. He laughs, he climbs, and he plays. His sister goes inside for a drink. His grandmother turns away just for a moment, and when she looks back, he's gone. No scream, no struggle, no footsteps leaving the yard. A child vanishes in broad daylight. This is the story of William Tyrrell, the disappearance that stopped Australia and remains one of the country's most haunting mysteries. Grab your coffee because today we're serving crime. This is Coffee and Crime AU, where Australia's darkest cases meet your morning brew. I'm Linda, and each week we dive into real investigations, timelines, and the details that don't sit right. Sip slow, this one's heavy. The home belonged to William's foster grandmother, where the children were visiting for a short holiday. It was a safe neighbourhood, the kind of street where kids played outside without fear, and that morning felt ordinary. William was energetic, full of curiosity and excitement. Like many kids his age, he loved superheroes, and especially Spider-Man. He wore the costume constantly. Photos taken that morning show him smiling proudly, standing on the balcony, tiny hands gripping the railing. No one looking at those images could imagine they would become some of the most recognisable photographs in the country. Inside the home, adults moved casually between rooms. There was no urgency, no danger, no reason to worry. And then, the moment that changed everything. William was playing near the front yard balcony. His sister went inside to get water, and his grandmother followed briefly. When she returned seconds later, silence. William was no longer there. At first, it didn't make sense. Maybe he walked around the side of the house. Maybe he climbed down and hid behind a tree. They called his name. Nothing. Then the panic started. Neighbours were alerted. People began searching immediately. Yards, bushes, driveways, under cars. Within minutes, police were called. This was no longer a missing child in a house. This was a disappearance. Police arrived quickly and began a full emergency response. Soon the quiet street transformed. Helicopters hovered overhead. Search dogs tracked scents. Volunteers combed through thick bushland surrounding the area. Every metre was examined. Officers expected to find footprints, disturbed dirt, and broken branches, anything. But they didn't. There were no tracks leaving the yard, no signs he wandered off. There was no evidence of an accident. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. Investigators realised early this was unlikely to be a simple wandering case. The possibility of an abduction became the focus. Residents began recalling unusual activity from that morning. Several reported unfamiliar vehicles slowly driving through the street. A white sedan, a grey station wagon, a car turning around multiple times. Nothing clearly criminal, but unusual enough to stand out in such a quiet area. Police canvassed door to door. Every resident, every visitor, every tradesperson. Phone records were checked. Traffic routes analysed. Timelines reconstructed minute by minute. But still, no confirmed suspect. The timeline suggested whoever took William acted quickly and deliberately. Investigators believed the abductor may have watched the house beforehand, which meant this may not have been random. Within days, the case dominated the news across New South Wales. William's Spider-Man photo appeared everywhere. Television, billboards, social media. The image became unforgettable, a happy child frozen in time. Thousands of ti- Thousands of tips flooded police lines, some credible, many false. Sightings came from across the country. Parents held their children closer. Communities organised searches, and strangers joined volunteers in the bushland. For weeks, hope remained strong he would be found alive. But days became months, and the mystery deepened. Authorities explored every possible explanation: accidental fall, wandering off, animal attack, family involvement, stranger abduction. Search team used ground-penetrating radar around the property. Nearby waterways were examined. Specialist cadaver dogs were brought in. Nothing conclusive. No clothing, no remains, no confirmed evidence. The absence of evidence itself became the biggest clue, suggesting someone removed him from the scene quickly. Police publicly stated they believed William was taken within minutes. As time passed, the case evolved from rescue to investigation. A coronial inquest examined witness accounts, timelines, and police procedures. Detectives re-interviewed dozens of people. Theories changed over the years, but no definitive resolution was reached. The case remained open. For the Foster family, life stopped in 2014. Birthdays passed, school years passed, childhood passed. But William never came home. Investigators have never confirmed a single official explanation. However, experts commonly discuss possibilities. Opportunistic abduction: someone passing the street noticed a child alone and acted impulsively. Targeted abduction: the home or children may have been observed previously. Maybe a local offender, someone familiar with the area, knew escape routes and timing. Each theory has supporting and contradicting evidence, and none have been proven. The disappearance changed the country. Parents became more cautious, schools reviewed safety procedures, communities became more alert. It also reshaped police response to missing children cases: faster alerts, wider search coordination, and greater public communication. William's image became more than a photo; it became a symbol of every child who never made it home. Years later, the case remains active. Investigators continue reviewing forensic evidence and tips. New information is assessed regularly. The goal remains the same: to find out what happened and bring answers to those who still wait. One quiet morning, one moment, a child gone forever. No witnesses, no explanation, no goodbyes. Somewhere the truth exists. And until it's found, the question remains: what happened to William Tyrrell? If you have thoughts, share them respectfully below, and follow for more carefully told Australian true crime stories. Thanks for listening to Coffee and Crime AU. If you found this case interesting, follow the podcast and share it. It really helps the show to grow. And remember, sometimes the smallest detail can change everything.